Dr. Ray Paul Bitar. I'm a philosopher of religion and constructive theologian. The article that I've written for the Toronto Journal of Theology entitled On Being Advantageously Unsuited to Deal with Evil is an attempt to push further a conversation begun between Michael Ray and myself. Michael Ray is an esteemed analytic philosopher of religion from Notre Dame, who has begun a very important kind of field of study called Analytic Theology, which I am honored to be a critical interlocutor in that conversation, just a little wee part of it. My article here pushes the conversation, or is an attempt to push that conversation further rather than rehash disagreements, and there's really kind of three parts to it. First, I am trying to develop my own concept of tragic evils. These are evils, the worst kinds of evils. The worst of the worst case scenarios, as I put it, of evils that humans experience that can bring a human to really question meaning in life altogether. The second part is a criticism of Michael Ray's method, as he describes it, the analytic method as he describes it, with taking particular aim at the basic distinction made often by analytic philosophers of religion, Anglo-American analytic philosophers, between the logical problem of evil and the practical problem of evil, which I argue gets things off on the wrong track, or gets things into trouble right off the bat with the theory construction. So what I end up trying to show is that the way Michael Ray describes analytic theory building is that the limitations of that methodology are all pointed in the wrong direction, as I argue. They are pointed at preserving the theory rather than doing justice to the human phenomena behind the theory. And I take that argument, and the third part of my article launches into a critical discussion of the epistemic limits of Eleonore Stump in her latest magnum opus, Wandering in Darkness, which is a defense, a theodicy defense, that argues for God and suffering being possible, but suffering of a specific kind. And her definition of suffering and evil I call into question as being ahistorical and not really located in any social setting, so that her theodicy is really kind of launched on clay feet, if you will. I thank you for this time to be able to engage with these world-class intellectuals and hopefully further the conversation. Thank you.